The word mantra is derived from two Sanskrit words. The first is manas or mind, and the second is trai, which means to protect. Mantra is, at its core, a tool used by the mind which eventually frees one from the vagaries of the mind. The vibration of the mantra and the vibration of the crystal together merge to give a long-term sustained beneficial effect.
The whole system is mantra, tantra and yantra. The crystal or the chip is the yantra. The way you are going to use it is the tantra. But where's the mantra? The mantra is the instruction. Now, it has been drilled into us that mantra is the power of sound. That's only half the truth. The main thing is the power of intention and the power of word. The whole world has been built and executed only by the word. So, if you want to give instructions to somebody, it's the power of your word that will ensure that the person does the job or not. You can use any set of instructions. The only thing is, the instruction must be clear. It must not contradict each other. Very important, when you give an instruction, just like any other instruction, the instruction must be clear, it must be precise, it must be all-inclusive, and there must be no self-contradiction. Use your mantra in any language. You can say your prayer, your God, your creator knows even your thought. Doesn't matter whether you speak Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, English, Urdu, Greek, Latin, whatever it is. No choice of any language. Doesn't mean that only if you speak Sanskrit you understand. He's not so illiterate.
Well, actually, any puja or mantra is really an extension of spirituality. It's a kind of meditation. It's a repetitive meditation. If you go on repeating a mantra, it's a kind of meditation. Now, what you do with that stone is when you put it in the puja, you are feeding into that stone certain vibrations that may come through the pronunciation or enunciation of that particular mantra. It can come through the higher spiritual level of the person who is meditating at that moment or performing the puja. Now, these things will, in effect, cleanse the stone of all negativity. It will enhance some of its powers. It's just a cleaning process, and that is what is done when the stone is put in puja. This is very, very normal. Whether you believe in God or not is a different thing, but the enunciation of certain mantras, that is what leads on to a cleansing. Many people say, well, I just held it in a while, I meditated on my favorite God, my Ishtadeva, and the entire stone cleaned up and the person who was wearing it had no problems thereafter. It is therefore a cleansing process that is gone through, and this is quite clearly shown in the practice of pranic healing and of Reiki, where the pranic healer or the Reiki master draws on the spiritual energy, draws on violet light or on energy from up above, from beings that are much superior to us. We draw on that spiritual energy and then use it to heal a particular person of a disease or cleanse a particular stone before it is used.
If you have the feeling, the energy, the power, it doesn't matter which type of puja or which kind of Ishtadevata you pray to, then the puja is a system to potentiate, to what we call charge the stone, to energize the stone. But the feeling, the sincerity, the intensity, is much more important than which type of puja or how to do. The stone in itself, there is nothing more pure than a stone. It's the human mind which is not pure. So the stone in itself doesn't need to be purified.
So this puja of stones and puja of things is simply a ritual. It's not necessary. It's absolutely inessential. You want to program a stone, get into a proper frame of mind. You can do it while you're in the toilet, you can do it while you're in your bed, you can do it while you're driving a car, you can do it in a public transport, anywhere. It's just like a computer program. What the heck? The mantra is the programming, the instructions is the programming. But to get into the right frame to do it is very important, and that's why one has to do meditation. One has to have dhyana. So he has to cut himself out from most of the other diversions and be in tune with the energy of the crystal or the chip. Once he establishes a rapport with that, then only he can send the instruction.